Welcome to the Random Bytes podcast, available on Spreaker.com, iTunes, Google Play, and just added to iHeartRadio. A new podcast every day featuring interviews and a unique take on the world we live in. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Random Bytes. Here is your host, Alan Wayne. Well, I guess that's my cue. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, whenever you'll be listening to this. This is Alan Wayne here on the Random Bytes podcast, doing a little something different this go-round. Usually, I record this show from a live show that I have on Saturday nights. However, yes. Tune that down a smudge. Okay. However, I decided that, you know what, can I go 5 nights a week? Yes, I can go 5 nights a week. And not just because I want to, but because the people want me to. And because I want my content to be relevant. I want it to be topical, news of the day. I want people to be able to come into the chat and listen to this show. And I just want people to be here. And I've put out some things that are topical. Like today's topic is very, very relevant to the status of the world. Because it seems like everybody really thinks they're someone special these days, don't they? I mean, people want all sorts of rights. People want all sorts of things just handed to them, it seems like. And, that's not the world that my grandparents grew up in. That's not the world a lot of people that I respect grew up in. It was you fight, you work hard, you do what you need to do. Well, a lot of people feel extremely entitled. And I stumbled across this article that was written by Indy 100. By the way, this podcast is powered by Spreaker.com. Start your own podcast, get your own free account at www.spreaker.com. Spreaker, be heard. It's the only way that a schlub can get on the air and actually, do something really cool like radio without having to download a bunch of software or do anything like that. So Spreaker.com, be heard. Mention my name and you'll get absolutely no benefit whatsoever. So, this article that I came across, it was by Indy 100, courtesy of the News Republic app on my phone. And it was very interesting because I feel it's very topical to today's age and to today's reality. Welcome to Apocalypse and our daddy in the chat room. Thank you guys for coming in. Do appreciate you guys coming in. You'll really like this one because we are talking about 12 signs that you may be a narcissist. Now, narcissism, as defined, is actually the act of really loving oneself and feeling that oneself is superior to all others and loving yourself more than anyone else. Now, in today's society where everybody's touchy-feely, you get a trophy for trying, all that type of thing, it seems like there is a light brand of narcissism being fed to the public. Hello, Bloviator. Thank you for tuning in. It seems like there's a light brand of narcissism being fed to the public. You must love yourself, no matter what. You must think that you're great. And what is occurring right now... Hello, Darren. Welcome. Looks like we got some people coming in. What is occurring right now is all these protests, like the ones held at Yale, where a professor was basically dressed down for defending his wife and being told that he has no right to any opinions by a mass of people, by a mass of students, saying that he has no right because he is who he is and they are who they are. All of those wonderful Yale students were actually an example of this breeding narcissism. This narcissism that is breeding within this world. People thinking that they are special. People thinking that they are something holy. So I thought this would be a great way to kick off the new live Random Bytes show Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Pacific, live on Spreaker.com, on demand on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Podomatic, Podbean, Podbreaker, Slamcast, and of course, iHeartRadio, which I found out is going broke today. Figures, I finally make it to iHeartRadio after 4 years and they're going fucking broke. That's just my luck, isn't it? Man. Oh, so anyway. Alright. So 12 signs that you are a narcissist, courtesy of Indy 100 and the News Republic app, reads, there's nothing wrong with having self-confidence, but how do you tell the difference between high self-esteem and a personality disorder? According to a 2009 study of at least 6%, or at least 6% of people suffer from narcissistic personality disorder. 6%, I thought it would be a lot higher than that. Well, but this study was done in 2009, so now with all of this entitled snowflakes around, all of the kids saying, I want my trophy, of course, there's going to be a little bit more narcissism out there. Okay, here's how to tell if you fit the symptoms, according to this study. Number 1, you have fragile ego. Now, before I continue forward, I'm going to tie in, because of hashtags and marketing and all that, personalities from today's news, celebrities, and of course I'm going to be speaking of our wonderful president, Mr. Donald Trump, who many feel is the biggest narcissist of them all. But I think I'm going to be able to prove that he's not quite the narcissist that people think he is. Because, well, he's just not. I mean, according to these 12 clinical definitions of narcissism. Number 1, you have fragile ego. Okay, who do we know that's famous, infamous, or however, that has a fragile ego? The stereotype of a narcissist is that they are completely self-centered and full of themselves. That is the stereotype. You know, a narcissist is going to come out, they're going to tell you they're better than you, they're going to act like they're better than you, and they're going to basically feel that they're superior to you. How many people out there in the listening audience know people who feel that they are superior to others? Now, I was reading down this list, and I'm of course going to roast myself, because, well, what fun is it if I'm just roasting other people? I mean, if you can truly laugh at yourself, I mean, that's kind of enlightenment, right? According to Sid Harther or somebody. It's kind of enlightenment. So, number 1, do I have fragile ego? Yes, I do. I have a very fragile ego. As friends of mine know, when I first started out here on Spreaker.com and when I first started podcasting, my ego was basically torn, ripped to shreds, raped, and thrown on the sidewalk. I was humbled like a schoolgirl here because I came in feeling as though I was superior to at least 90% of other humans on the platform, like my friend Apocalypse in the chat room just said that he is. Now, I'm not going to say that Apocalypse is superior to 90%, maybe 88, not 90. Somewhere between 14 and 88, I don't know. Anyway, so when I came on here, yes, I was self-centered and I was narcissistic. I was full of myself, but it only took a few people that I had crossed to prove to me that I am truly, I wouldn't say nothing special, but that I am truly, I don't know, not as great as I thought I was. So I did go through a humbling process here on Spreaker.com, and I would recommend for those podcasters who are looking to get out there and looking to actually throw their weight around and actually do something with podcasting, hit up Spreaker.com first. Because on Spreaker.com, there's a group of people who are absolutely cruel and will tear you down and kill you. Not physically, but emotionally, psychologically. They will ruin you. So I say that in order to go along with podcasting properly, where you will be receiving criticism and where you'll be receiving quite a bit of hatred if you're doing it right, I say go to Spreaker.com because of their interactive chat room feature, where people will tell you what they really think of you because they're hiding behind keyboards. Anyway, the article continues. Although the narcissist feels superior to others, they're generally unsatisfied with themselves. Therefore, they don't take criticism very well and get angry or upset with knockbacks. Now, this particular portion of the study, I feel, has to do a lot with Blac Chyna. You guys aware of who Blac Chyna is? No, it's not a part of China. It's not Mongolia. Blac Chyna is a woman that she was a stripper, and she hooked up with a rapper, Fetty Wap or something like that. And so she became his girlfriend, and she became famous that way. Okay. Now, she ends up hooking up with Rob Kardashian, and they end up having a kid. Well, it turns out she was sending Rob Kardashian pictures of herself with other guys. And they're supposedly like a couple with a kid. And she had like 3 partners in 3 days. And so he goes on Instagram and he sends out all these pictures that she sent him in confidence, including videos of her with other guys that she sent to him. And and then when he gets his Instagram shut down, he decides that he's going to go on Twitter and just blast the lovely mother of his child. He's just going to blast her out of the water. Well, Blac Chyna responded today, devastated at how he could do such a thing. Oh, how could he do such a thing? How could he expose my whorish ass? How could he? I meant those pictures of me sleeping with C-rate rappers to be for him. And how dare he just turn around, and how dare he? Blac Chyna with a very fragile ego. But is Rob Kardashian a dick? I mean, there's 2 sides to every story. Maybe he was pushing her away. I don't know. Maybe there was something more there, but right now I'm Team Rob. I gotta say, as little as I care about these people, I'm Team Rob. Because if the girl that you have a child with is sending you pictures of herself with other dudes in your bed, I mean, what is that? That's garbage. That's what that is. That is hot, stinking, steaming garbage. Blac Chyna gets no sympathy from me. And she shouldn't get sympathy from anybody, really. Because what do you expect if you send your picture of you with another dude? I don't understand. I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but it's got to be pretty bad. Like, I mean, all things considered, my wife sends me a picture of her with another guy. Well, you know, I'd ask her to next time wait until I got home. And then I'd sit there and watch. Okay, so Pockley says, don't marry a whore, not hard. Okay. And speaking of narcissists, somebody has shown up in the chat room who many consider to be a narcissist. Her name is Debbie Daly. She's a Spreaker host. And she's gone all in with narcissism. So we'll see what happens. She says, poor Alan. Okay, yeah, poor me. Poor me and my wonderful life. Where I get to have both a family, a wonderful family, a good job, and I get to do what I love in my spare time. Yeah, poor me. Poor me. And she says she just came by to get this gentleman by the name of Bloviator, and if he follows her to her chat, Bloviator absolutely has no balls. Bloviator has no balls. His balls are in Debbie Daly's purse, along with several of you other people who are listening here. She owns numerous pairs of testicles. So, Bloviator, go on ahead. If you want to leave, that's cool. All right. Go ahead. So, Debbie has come in to try